just like, if you want to look at some of these teams real quick, then we'll jump into the first battle. Superiors. I don't know. I honestly, every time I see that on someone's list, I'm like, what is going on with that Pokemon? Some spicy stuff for sure. Anyways, let's just jump into the battle. Alright. Okay, so my opponent's first team, I noticed that they're very weak to Sudowoodo. So it seemed kind of obvious that they were going to try to lead Venusaur. I mean, that was like my wild guess based on like seeing how good Sudowoodo is against their team. It's like if I just led Sudowoodo, it would be a huge problem for them. So I felt, okay, they're definitely going to try to lead Venusaur to catch my Sudowoodo. So what would they actually lead? Is the real question. Did I predict correctly?
I think like they know Sudowoodo is a big threat to the team, and like I suspect they're gonna lead like Venusaur or something here. Oh my god, caught it now!
Yes.
Caught it.
So I lead Frostlass,
Kind of crazy,
you know,
honestly.
expecting the Venusaur here.
Stays on. That's the backwards though. Bunch of shiny ones.
Oh, shit. Sorry about that. I just realized this is a new. I'm on my new computer, and this is the first time I've done a stream like this, so I forgot to turn off the audio. Yeah, I was with Librarian Vibes at the time. I was like, oh, I got it. I called the lead. I was actually with someone, I promise. Okay, sorry. We missed like all of this. Damn. So, as you can tell, Sudowoodo was a great. Oh my god, that is so funny. Frostlass loses the Venusaur. That's what I'm trying to say is like, I would just sack my lead there and be in a better position, but I'd still do enough pressure on the Venusaur. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's like, it's not that I win, it's just that I don't lose either in that scenario. So it's like, I'm okay with it. So they bring in Beedrill and I'm going for a Rock Slide. I get a clutch fucking Rock Slide there and I can just last resort, fortunately. Sorry about that. That beginning of the match caught me off guard. I saw the chat and I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, we can just shield here and I mean, I can take an X-Scissor. I'm just gonna last resort again. Yeah, I have a rank 1 Sudowoodo. Very unfortunate. But it's tough in the mirror. Okay. There we go. That was a thing. We are good. Okay, so in my head I was thinking they might switch their lead or they might not, but I think I decided to lead Beedrill this time because I'm like, well, Beedrill's good. If he runs Venusaur, Beedrill's actually better. So there we are. I led Beedrill and they pretty much just ran Venusaur again. And I'm like, alright, well. So, okay, I could switch to Sudowoodo on the mat cargo, which again, Aleehis, Alolan Graveler, Caracosta, they're all going to get hurt by counter. I mean, Caracosta is a more interesting matchup here. But, yeah, mat cargo, I just have to shield once, and I can just farm down. So, I'm going to Rock Slide on Venusaur, opting just to get some damage off, and I'm just going to die here. So we get the damage, which is pretty nice, and you know, this is actually a smart play on their end because if they didn't do that, I could have gone off another Rock Slide. So I can switch in Beedrill, and I just go for the X-Scissor on Aleehis. It's pretty fortunate we have the Aleehis here in the back line because Beedrill will be able to handle it pretty well. Fish please. No problem, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it, homie. I'm glad you've enjoyed the rant. That's the type of stuff that makes all worth it in the end, is that we're all at least like we're connecting on that level, even if it's the torment of GBL. So I end up winning the first 2 rounds against our homie here. I'm liking this team. The team I built, I feel like it's pretty nice. It's more about just trying to get the right predictions. I don't think Aleehis is a must. I personally am running, as you can see on my team, the top one, I'm running Umbreon. I'm running Venusaur, Frostlass, Umbreon, Beedrill, Sudowoodo, and Alolan Graveler. Okay, so this time I actually lead the Sudowoodo, thinking they wouldn't dare lead Venusaur again, but unfortunately for me, that wasn't the case. So I switched to Frostlass, they switched to Alolan Graveler, I opt out and I'm just sacking Frostlass, but I get a clutch Shadow Ball off here. And they end up shielding. So I bring in Sudowoodo. I'm not too scared here. I think I decide to just take it, even if it's a Stone Edge. That hurts way more than Rock Blast, that's for sure. But I decided to just farm down with Pseudo. And he comes in with Venusaur again. I get off a Rock Slide. And he ends up shielding. I switch in Beedrill, and I think it's game. I think he actually is running Aleehis again in the back line, if I'm not mistaken. It is good. It's really about your team comp. Yeah, as you can see, there's going to be a lot of Beedrill, though. Like, Beedrill is just a threat in this cup. Like I was talking about it earlier, I made sure my Beedrill was able to... I didn't power up my highest rank one. I powered up one that had 4 attack IVs. That way, I assume most people were going to just power up their rank 1 or whatever. But I don't know. That was just like, I feel like that's how crucial Beedrill is almost in this cup. Like, not that you need to run it, but I feel like you're going to see it, and you got to be ready for it. Like, even Venusaur, damn, gets wrecked by it. Okay, so, our first opponent, GG's, again. Really appreciate the battles. Let me bring up our second opponent. I think the Dopus is here right now. Poke the Dopus. I think he, this is actually kind of interesting. Like, I didn't do any, I honestly haven't done any Catacomb practice. I was using this tournament as practice, but I was honestly shocked at how good this team is. Okay, so our opponent is running Breloom, Victory Bell, and Lapras. I didn't really see any of these, but I think Lapras is a pretty interesting pick. I think it's pretty good. They're also running the Frostlass. Alright, so this match we do the mirror. I think I was winning the CMP here. So I think we both end up going for X Scissor this first match. And yeah. I think we both just kind of do the same thing. We powered up to the drill run, we tried that trick, and this time I just decided to go straight for the drill run. And fortunately he doesn't shield, and I'm thinking, I think shielding here is probably the best play, even if like we were behind energy, because we just farmed down at that point. Unfortunately we did shield against a drill run. So Aleehis comes in, and yeah, we just have to X Scissor. Pretty much just try to get off as much damage here before Beedrill dies and keep switch advantage. We get a body slam because I think just like the pressure of getting that much damage off in such a short amount of time. Decided to bring in Venusaur here, and I think I farm down. I just eat. I think he might go for, okay, no, he goes for body slam, and I just decide to farm here. And then Victory Bell makes an appearance, and I have to just Sludge Bomb, switch out to Umbreon. And then I just foul play, and that is game 1. So, Beedrill is a pretty good lead against this team. I just wasn't really... I don't know why I didn't... I think the second match... I don't remember if I ran Beedrill lead again. I feel like I don't this match. Actually, my back line is what screws me over this match. I think I actually maybe I do lead Beedrill. Okay, no. I suspected the Beedrill. Bringing Venusaur in the back line here costs, like, this is actually, this is where I'm trying to get at, like, not, like, knowing my team as well yet. I don't like when I look at at the end of this match, you'll understand more. But this is a pretty good start. So we get. I had a feeling they might lead the Lapras after that last match, and I was thinking a lone Graveler can win the Beedrill or the Lapras matchup. So even if we were wrong, we'd still be in a pretty good scenario. So they end up switching this Aleehis, which is pretty smart. I bring in Beedrill, and yeah, we they don't shield that. They just take the damage, and I'm gonna return the same. They do Dark Pulse, pretty smart play there because it ends up knocking us out. I bring in the Graveler, just trying to farm a little bit of energy. And I think we see the Lapras again, and I'm just going to go straight for the Stone Edge, thinking they're not going to shield this. So they do shield, and fortunately for me, I'm actually able to just get off another Stone Edge. And then it's Beedrill. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about Beedrill whenever I went into this match. I was like, oh shit. I literally just left myself, like, you know, like I was conserving shields and everything. It slipped my mind entirely. Like I could have maybe even played around it, but yeah, I felt like a little silly about this match because I was like, damn, Venusaur is fucking worthless here. Like I should have like assumed that you had the Beedrill at some point. But yeah, that ended up costing me that match, clearly. I was like, damn, son. Now this last match, again, there's like a crucial moment in this battle. So we go into the tiebreaker. Well played for sure though. Yeah, Venusaur really just didn't mean nothing there. Like the Beedrill in the back line, oh, dude, it's like it should have been so obvious, but it just, you know, again, it happens. Okay, so we lead with the Lone Graveler again. We get Aleehis. I decided to stay in because we can take a body slam. Instead of baiting, I think I just decided to go for big damage, and I'm not sure that was the right play. I could have maybe got 2 Rock Blasts instead there, but I can just bring in Sudowoodo and kind of. I was thinking about farming down here, but then I was like, wait, he has Dark Pulse, so he might actually go for the Dark Pulse here. This is kind of. I knew this was going to be Body Slam, so I just don't shield this one. In comes Venus, or no, in comes Breloom, and I'm like, oh shit. I was not expecting it. I switch into my Beedrill, and we're in the Beedrill mirror, and this is where it pretty much flips, because it's kind of obvious for him to win. He has to bait me here, but I shield it, and that alone kind of flips this entire match, because if I would have just eaten that X-Scissor, it would have been game. But really well played, and I fell for the bait here, and he ends up being able to get me low enough that I can't even get off the X-Scissor there. So yeah, it's pretty much game at that point, because I couldn't farm down on Sudowoodo regardless, and that was a good game, man. Definitely well played. I think if I would have just eaten that, that would have been a much better scenario. But like, even though like I'm showing you guys my team right now, like I might just run the same team. Like I don't think it matters if someone knows my team. It's really about how to play it. I feel like as of right now, my team's pretty solid for most of the meta picks and like pretty balanced. It's more about becoming better and making like the high tier predictions. Like I feel like that's where Sylph is like such a cool format, because there is like chance for growth in, you know what I mean? Like there's like when you stick with something and you really like master it, it becomes more clear in this format than it can in GBL. So really good games, man. Well played. Let's jump on to our third battle here. So I'm currently 1-1 in the tournament right now. That was honestly the only opponent that gave me trouble, if I'm being transparent. No offense to my homie Grum either, who, spoiler alert. Yeah, exactly. It's like an entirely different ballgame. Like it doesn't matter if you know my team. In fact, the fact that you know my team is better, because now you're afraid on some level, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, this person decides to lead Cherim. This team seems a little spicy. I mean, the thing is, Frostlass can actually eat a Weather Ball. Like, I'm gonna win this matchup regardless of what really happens here. So I just decided to stay in and commit shields. Yeah, I think they decided to switch out, which is fine. I think they eat the avalanche on Beedrill, and I decided to farm slightly, and then I decided to just straight up switch out to a lone graveler for a sack swap. In the moment, I was just thinking it's not going to help me that much this battle, and I feel like this is the play. So, Cheerim comes back in. Damn, I just farmed down there, but that was actually pretty nice. That was like a nice flip of momentum again. And I'm able to just launch another avalanche before they can even use their charge move. Pretty much, and then they have Venusaur in the back, and that's pretty much game. Like, pretty much an insane scenario. Yeah, I mean, I guess like tonight, it just seemed kind of obvious that some people thought I was going to lead Sudowoodo. That's why I led Frostlass in a couple of these matches. Yeah. So, fortunately, I, yeah, because I was looking at the Graveler, I'm like, Graveler can really only help against Beedrill or Cloyster. And, I don't know. Sometimes when you try to bank on that thing, your backline just ends up biting you. Okay, so we end up getting Beedrill versus Beedrill here. We're not even in sync. I think it's pretty obvious he's just gonna Exeter me here. He didn't even try to make me think that was gonna be drill run. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just return it. But he didn't even shield, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna see if we're CMP. I win CMP. I guess I don't even know what happened there, to be honest. Like, maybe I won CMP, but I just took it and died. So Umbreon comes in, and I'm like, okay, I'll just stay in and try my best to get off as much damage as possible. It might even be worth shielding once here, just, you know. So I use X-Scissor, as you see here. I'm able to get off, well, I think I'm going to get one off, but I opted out and decided that, you know, Beedrill would go down. He did enough work, but somehow I lived that. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I lived, and I just go for the X-Scissor anyways. That was pretty insane, honestly. So I bring in Umbreon here for the mirror, and I don't even... It feels like this opponent did not have Last Resort at all. I switch in Frostlass, I shield Frenzy Plant, I have to, and I just avalanche their Venusaur. It's pretty much game at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I'm powder snowing them down. I just gotta come in the Last Resort, which I already have energy on. So, yeah. I almost caught the avalanche off though. That's actually pretty insane. But yeah, I just come back in with Last Resort and take the battle. Good game. So we have our last battle. So, I decided to just lead Beedrill. Wait, yeah, I think I just decided to lead Beedrill thinking they're going to do the same thing again. Beedrill puts a lot of pressure on my opponent's team. They fucking just... They lead Venusaur this time, and... Honestly, that feels bad, man. I mean... I don't need to shield any of these moves. I can just take Frenzy Plant. I got a lot of energy, so I'm like, alright, I'll just start launching X-Scissor on Venusaur. I'm down. And before I know it, Venusaur was dead. Cheerim comes in. I'm like really shocked they ran this against me twice, like double grass. It just seems really interesting when I'm running Beedrill and Frostlass. But yeah, so I'm just gonna stay in here and shield. I end up just like their whole team is weak to Beedrill. I mean, kind of insane that they would bring a full team weak to Beedrill, but then again, I guess their entire... It seems like their entire team is like somewhat weak to Beedrill if not dealt with correctly. So yeah, I just let Beedrill go down that Umbreon. I bring my Umbreon back in for the mirror. I'm gonna win this regardless of the mirror, because just the HP difference. Yo, Super Science Sensei, homie. Good game earlier, homie. Welcome to the stream. Guys, shout out to Super Science Sensei, another Pokemon content creator here on Twitch. I hope you had a great stream, bro. You got revenge from the last time. Alright, so we have the Cheerm here. I'm just gonna shield the Weather Ball because I can take one of them. I knew they had two, so we eat one Weather Ball. And I don't know, I don't want to mess around with this. I know that Umbreon in the back is gonna get beat by my Umbreon, so I just use my Avalanche, and I'm gonna let Frostlass die to Umbreon here, and then we switch in our Umbreon and just win. Dude, there was a lot of lag today, homie. There was two crucial battles where lag mattered for me that, like, yeah. We don't need to get into that. Good games. So we were able to pretty much pull that off. I think it's really interesting that I didn't practice this meta and I was like reading everyone so good. But I'd say like it's more about like obviously knowing these individual matchups matter. Like knowing your matchup against Scolipede matters. Knowing your matchup against Credilli or Jumpluff or whatever matters. But like all these Pokemon are not like after doing Silph for this long, I feel like I'm starting to like not need to just practice it as much as it's just like common knowledge. It's like becoming not like common knowledge for me. Anyways, point being, Sudowoodo is really fucking good. Sudowoodo is really good in this cap. I feel like there was a lot of emphasis on Umbreon and Zoelius at first, but damn, Sudowoodo is just a monster. Anyways, let's move on to the next battle. This is a pretty spicy team. My opponent's team on this next one's really spicy. They're running Celio and Ivysaur. I wouldn't say the I mean, it's not that spicy, I guess. It's a little spicy. Just because, I don't know, it just seems like suicide to... It seems like suicide to Sudowoodo, aside that Ivysaur. I think people underestimate Sudowoodo, man. Like, for real. It's, like, crazy good. Slimmy Tone, welcome to stream. Good to have you guys. So I decided to lead Beedrill because it just seems like a pretty solid lead. I want to keep Sudowoodo in the back. I didn't want to, like, expose it so early. I had a feeling, again, they would lead with the grass type. And pays off. I mean, we waste our energy there, but honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. Because we're going to be able to get off a Rock Slide and pressure Shield. So we can just Shield once here and farm down. Pseudo is rank 1. Oh my god, it makes sense. It really makes sense after this tournament. How many people were not prepared for Sudowoodo? It really is, like... My team is kind of meant to semi-deal with it as well, you know what I mean? Like... Frostlass is not a terrible way to deal with Sudowoodo. Obviously, like, Rock still hurts, but... Anyways, so he brings in Ivysaur. I'm switching in my Venusaur. I know I can get to the Sludge Bomb, as long as I shield against their Sludge Bomb. We do a decent amount of damage. I know I can just shield this and farm down. So I just farm down Ivysaur and... Yeah, I just go straight for the Frenzy Plant here. Which... knocks out their Sudowoodo in one hit. Today was like 2850 is where it ended. Kind of brutal. Definitely dropped, but again, it's been tough. All right, so we're on our second match here. Yeah, we went up to like 29, 23, and then brutal sets. I had a feeling I'd see Credilli, but we actually see the Sudowoodo lead, which is good that I led Venusaur. You know, I honestly was thinking he might lead Ivysaur again, but like if he didn't, this would still be a pretty good matchup for us. I decided to just Frenzy Plant Mad Cargo because I knew I could just switch in Sudowoodo and just farm down if he's not going to shield that. And it puts us in a pretty nice scenario where, you know, I don't know why I went for EQ here. Like, it does one shot, but I think Rock Slide suffice at this point. Should have just went for the Rock Slide. And, yeah. At least we got a shield, I guess. But, decided to shield on Sudowoodo, because I want to keep Venusaur a little healthy. Decided to switch out here to Beedrill, because I know I can take the dark moves, and fortunately we did predict the foul play correctly. And we can just go for X-Scissor. I think it's pretty much... It's still kind of scary here, but I had a feeling like as long as I kept that shield, I was going to be alright. So I'm putting on a lot of pressure here. They end up shielding, which... it's hard to say. I decided to shield here myself. And we launch our Frenzy Plant. And for whatever reason... Like, it makes sense why they did that switch. But... I guess it didn't really matter here. Because I had enough energy and they already expelled all their energy on Umbreon. So I ended up taking that battle. We have one more here. So... I wasn't really sure. At this time, I was like, I'm just going to lead Sudowoodo. I mean, he might not expect me at this point. Yeah, they wanted to sack it for the energy, but it didn't matter because I had so much energy. Like, that was like, in their mind, their win condition, but there was no other way to win. I don't think. Anyways, guys, so... Yeah, I decided to lead Sudowoodo this time because I'm like, I mean, they could lead Ivysaur, but I don't feel like they will, based on the last game too. Like, I don't feel like we're going to see Ivysaur lead. Sorry this takes a second. None of this is edited, it's just sped up. I try at times to like pause it if it seems like they're taking a while, because there are times where it just fucks up. Okay, so we're actually in the mirror. So you can kind of see my rank 1 damage is different. They end up switching out, which, I mean, I wish I was a little more patient there, but that was actually a pretty nice switch, and I decided to just switch in Beedrill on Cradily and go for an X-Scissor. And I think I don't shield this. I think I just decide Beedrill's dead this match. You dead to me, Beedrill. So I bring in Sudowoodo, and I'm actually just gonna farm down on Cradily here. I decided to shield once, and then I just farm. I thought energy would be better here. So they switched to Ivysaur, which honestly I was not expecting. But interesting enough, they switched directly into Sudowoodo there, and I don't even remember if I like called that or why. Like, I think I was just switching to Venusaur to not let Sudowoodo die. But we both switched at the same time, and it just ended up costing this dude like so much. Because now I can just Sludge Bomb here, shield the Power Whip or whatever move they end up using here. Okay, they go for the Sludge Bomb. Dude, this is brutal actually. Yeah, I just end up like making that call. And here, watch this. Like, this sack swap. Dude, that was actually pretty insane. I switched out at the perfect time, and I just fucking Sludge Bomb him again, and it's over. That's actually pretty insane. That was like such a crazy sack swap at the end there. Alright, so we end up 3-0ing that guy also. I honestly feel like if I just didn't mess up my matches against you, the dopest, I could have like won this tournament. But I mean, again, it's like the first one, and people are testing shit out. This doesn't mean that much. I just think like I had a really good understanding of how to build my team for this cup. Alright, let's bring up our final opponent, which is Grumwitch, our homie. I was a little nervous of Grumwitch's team because he's actually running a Weavile and a very similar team to mine. I was like, holy shit. Like, that Weavile is fucking scary. I was like, oh shit, it's like my, it's very interesting. But like, I guess, excuse me. What was I thinking when I saw his team? I think I was like, it was really hard to know what to do, I think. I think I decided, yeah, I think I thought he was going to lead Beedrill. I was like, he's going to lead Beedrill or a Weavile. And if he does, a Lone Graveler is a great option here. Okay. So, just waiting for the battle to start. So yeah, I'm leading a Lone Graveler, hoping to see Weavile or Beedrill. Jumpluff is also not terrible. But yeah, those are the, I mean, it could be the mirror too. I was thinking maybe it would be the mirror, but most likely Weavile or Beedrill from Grumwitch. I mean, Grumwitch loves that Weavile, guys. Trust me. There we go. I think his team has a similar issue as mine where, you know, why would, like, I was leading Frostlass thinking, you know, he probably thought I was going to lead Venusaur, obviously. I end up just taking the Avalanche, and it's insane because it, like, watch this. I get off of the Rock Blast, and I get a clutch Rock Blast here right before I die, which is pretty insane because he ended up double shielding this early in the battle. So obviously I'm gonna shield here. I don't want to take the Avalanche. I'm just gonna farm down Weavile. We're in a pretty good position. So he brings in Jumpluff. I'm gonna go for the Rock Slide because it is gonna do some damage here, and instead of keeping Sudowoodo in, I decided to switch to Beedrill to get a little bit of a lead, thinking he might have the Beedrill in the back line. And that's exactly what ends up happening, and I just get straight drill run because there's no reason for me not to. I don't shield here, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I can take the drill run regardless. So I just take drill run, I return the drill run, and it's pretty much game at this point because Jumpluff is at such low health. I decided to just shield because I know I can farm down with Poison Jab. And even if this is a little nerve-wracking, I was like, oh wait, I mean, there's no way he has enough energy. So I just, you know, fortunately switch in Sudowoodo, and one counter is enough to win the first battle. Excuse me, guys. Damn, I'm a little burnt out. I'm not gonna lie, like, GBL today was, like, really soul-crushing. Okay, so we have successfully won the first battle against Grumwitch, but that doesn't really mean much because now he has an idea how I'm running my team. So I'm thinking he's not going to lead Weavile this time, and I was thinking maybe he'd lead Sudowoodo. I was actually kind of shocked he led Umbreon this match. I really was not expecting the Umbreon here, but I decided to, obviously I've been saying just counter down. I'm going to go for some damage, and I'm not going to shield. I'm just going to kind of return. For whatever reason, he's going for Last Resort here too. I honestly don't know if Last Resort does more than Dark Pulse. No, it doesn't. I don't know why he did that. I think that was a misplay. Are you here, Grumwitch? Can you confirm if that was a misplay? 'Cause that has to be a misplay. That's kind of rough. Yeah, I end up getting off 2 Rock Slides here, which is pretty insane. I mean, it has to be a misplay. I know he knows better than that. I switch into my Lone Graveler, just to put some pressure on here with the Rock Blast. Because I know Aerial Ace won't kill me, but I think I'm a little scared here anyways, and I end up shielding this when I could have easily ate that Aerial Ace. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, they have Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, guys. I don't know if anyone's a fan of Unsolved Mysteries, but that might have to be the thing to do today to feel better about GBL. Okay, so we know we're going to die to Drill Run here, and fortunately for us, we can just bring in the RB Drill, and we win the second battle. So that means we went 4-1 in the tournament, but we have one more battle here with Grumwitch. Damn, it's getting warm, guys. Okay, so honestly, guys, I might, after I'm done here, I might actually head out because I'm feeling a little like drained. Like it was like kind of a it's just like I feel like I needed to like chill out. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm a little burnt out after all that GBL today. Yo, Unsolved Mysteries. Do it. This is the last battle, then I'm out of here, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, though. It'll be a new day. We'll try our best. We'll be positive. Maybe I'll make a new team off stream. We'll see. Yeah, right. Take care, Mincinic. Take care, buddy. Alright, guys. So, this is the final battle here with Grumwitch. Definitely kind of rough. I had some pretty nice reads on my end. No problem, man. It was a lot of fun. Like, I think this is going to be... I think there's a chance I can hit Elite with this cup if I weigh the right cup. Okay, so he ends up switching the jump up here, which a little scary, just being at so much health currently. I decided to switch into Grappler, and I know this is aerial, so I don't even bother to shield. I'm thinking he's assuming I'm going to bait here. I go straight for the Stone Edge, and fortunately it just pays off, and that's pretty much game. Yeah, we should do that, Librarian Vibes. I think that'd be a good way to spend this evening. So, I'm just going to let Graveler go down here. That way I can have my shield. I had a feeling he might be able to launch another one, but he didn't, and good games, Grum, man. Really fun tournament. Did it last night. I guess when it hit midnight on the East Coast, but let's just recap here real quick before I head out. Let's look at who ended up doing well in this tournament. IT Tuba, I don't know how to say this person's name, but he ended up sweeping the tournament. Good game, man. Me, Big Green, and Negative Ben, we all end up tying for second, and then the dopest PCF, Justin Huff, Grumwitch, Seaman, E, Gibbs, Joe Unica, Bribe. Good games, everyone. I mean,